What is going on, YouTubers? Welcome to another video. So we do have Infinity Studios Wonder Woman back in the collection. So if you guys remember, I bought her, how long ago was that? Maybe 6 months ago. And I originally got her, but that particular bust had a lot of QC issues I just couldn't handle. Like her hair gap, missing black and silver paint on the armor, some paint overspray, like red overspray. The eyebrows were pretty thin. So I ended up selling her. My buddy also bought one. And that one was better for sure. Still had some QC issues though, in my opinion. But it was better, no doubt. And now we got her again. Why did I buy her? Many reasons. One, I still love this bust. And I believe when you get a good one, it's one of the best busts ever made. Two, it matches my entire setup much better than Queen does overall because it's a half torso, matching base as the Trinity. And Wonder Woman is my favorite. She is #1 for me. It used to be Black Widow, but Gal just won me over with her, you know, with everything she's done over the years. She's just wooed me over more. So Gal's my favorite. So I wanted to get this bust again. I was waiting for a good one at a good price. And it happened. So I bought this from Bruce Way, I think is how you pronounce the last name. I'll leave a link in the description below. But he's able to get, you know, like rare items for a good price. He also develops his own statues and busts through Inner Studio. They've been making a lot of different customs out there. So check out their pages, linked in the description below. Let's open this up, see what we think. Okay, so we are greeted again with, basically this is an instruction pamphlet, as well as instructions on how to set her up. And here is the COA. 174 of 580. A Wonder Woman outfit. So we'll display this right behind the bust. Now let's go ahead and open this up. The straps does make this a lot easier. Now this did not come in a standard brown shipper like my other two. This one was in like a brown outer box, and this entire box was bubble wrapped. Then there was a brown box. Then it was inside another brown box that was like thick. So technically, this was triple boxed, which was really good shipping way considering coming overseas the way they did this. And they shipped via sea, and it took 1 month and 2 days to get here. Alrighty, so this is what we're greeted with upon removing the styrofoam. You know, I've seen this many times now, but happy to say we see black and the silver, which was definitely one of the biggest gripes. In addition, the hairline, from what I can tell, granted, let's remove this. Yeah, look at that hairline. That looks perfect. Much, much better. Definitely got some styrofoam everywhere. We'll have to clean this up. But we've already seen me unbox this piece and review it, so I'm just going to set it up right now. Alrighty, folks. So we finally got Wonder Woman set up. Now, she did assemble a little bit different than my last one. She is more similar to my buddies, where the arm is already attached to the, or like that side armor thing, the bicep. It's already attached, like it doesn't slide up and down like my first one did. So it's obviously a different batch than that one. I don't know what batch it was. I'm guessing batch 2. If I was to guess, I would say this is probably batch 1. You know, looking at it, it's more similar to my buddy's. However, his had some like major QC issues over here. I don't see that on mine. My original, you know, was like, they all have like this gap right here. That's just part of the design. And some of them don't have that silver right there, which is part of the Justice League costume. You know, like that is how it's supposed to be. You know, you want silver here, silver there. On the right there, it's supposed to be silver as far as at least the Prime one was. But this one is more so solid gold. I rarely see any that have that silver there as well. So, as you can see, you know, it's a pretty big piece overall, you know, in comparison. I'd like to show you comparison next to these guys. Now, she's a big bust. She does have her head slightly angled down. Let's go ahead and put her in the Trinity display. Alrighty, YouTubers. So here is Infinity Studios Wonder Woman back in the collection next to Wonder Woman on horse. So here is the Holy Trinity. And then Wonder Woman with Catwoman and Harley. So 3 of the Infinity Girls. And Mara is on her way. You know, and so Mara will be going over here, at least for now, the current plan. Still kind of divided between 2 plans. But check her out. Yeah, so I would say she's roughly as tall as Harley. Harley's on a Lazy Susan. I wanted to make her slightly bigger. And I may do the same for her. But she's about the same height as Harley Quinn. You know, I'd say her head angled down does lower her height. But she's a big base, like bigger than Harley and Catwoman. It just her head angled down does make her smaller. If it was angled up, I believe she would go from like her current like 28, almost 29 to probably 31. Which I do wish they would have done, but it is what it is. Here she is. Look at that gorgeous portrait. There is still some freaking styrofoam caught up here. Styrofoam sticks to silicone like no tomorrow because this is like a sticky material. I mean, it's not super sticky. Like Queens is super sticky. Infinity not as sticky. But yeah, there definitely is some noticeable differences between this and my last one. I mean, obviously the first thing is the actual black lines, which is movie accurate and definitely makes a big color difference on the entire armor. The base looks more or less the exact same. This one does have some good like weathering right here, silver. This as well it all looks very aged, you know, like a bronze, gold, and brown aged look. And then the armor itself definitely looks a very good weathering. You know, it's not super clean like Queen's is. Tons of scuff marks. I love the silver here. You know, one thing about this Queen or this Infinity I really like as well, you know, it seems more like, I mean, like this is a real gauntlet just on top of silicone, where Queen's has a tiny bit of silicone and then a gauntlet. You know, it's like the silicone only covers this part instead of the entire arm being silicone with armor over it. So I feel like this has that superiority. Plus being, you know, full silicone back where Queen's cuts off in the back. You know, and then here's the lasso, looks the exact same. Check out that hairline. Looks really, you know, nice and clean. It's very minimalist and looks like what a normal, you know, full head of hair girl would look like. Her eyes are very glossy and she has long eyelashes and thicker eyebrows. Now she got that mole there on the nose, mole there on the neck, a few other moles here and there. This is how her hair came pretty much out of the box. I haven't fussed with it. I mean, in general, this Infinity bust is something you kind of want to have to get styled if you want it to look as good as like the prototype, which I still don't think it looks quite as good as the prototype because that thing was just probably the best prototype ever made. But, you know, for a production piece, it still looks good. You know, the thing with longer hair, silicone bust, like when it's long hair like this, it gets really fizzy. And the only way to get away from the fizz if it's not curly. You know, like Catwoman, she doesn't have a lot of fizz because it's straight. You can just comb it straight down. If you comb this, you're going to lose the curls. You know, so you can only do so much with that fizz, really. So, but my goal whenever it's long hair is to not have fizz up here. You know, once it's like past the eyebrow, I don't give a crap as much just because your average girl has tons of fizzy hair. Like, look at any girl, they all have it. But the top of the head is where I don't want it. You know, and then again, here is the Queen Studios one, which has a significantly different color of skin. You know, this is more like olive color. or her hair is brown with a mix of black, where that one is more just like true black. You know. Then, yeah, like, check out the Queen's armor. Again, it just stops, like, immediately right there. You don't get that full, you know, half torso look. You know, Queen's ends right there, where Infinity, I get all the way down to right here. Gal has some decent biceps, too. Look at that little bump on her bicep. I do know she trained a ton for Wonder Woman as well. Again, the styrofoam Jupiter. It is everywhere, even here in the back. I don't like seeing this styrofoam anywhere. So I'm trying to minimize it. Yeah, check out that like skin tone. The weird thing is, when I'm looking at my phone versus real life, it doesn't showcase what it really looks like. The color, it's weird. You know, when I go like this, that is not that accurate color. This is one you just gotta kind of see in person because the color isn't coming off perfectly. But overall, I'm happy I got her back. No plans to sell this one because overall, you know, I've been going over the bust. You know, there's a few dusty parts. You know, this is obviously used because she's sold out everywhere. I don't see any major QC issues, though, as far as I can tell. You know, like my last one had a massive paint overspray, like right here. And right here. Really bad paint overspray. And then, of course, it missed the black lines, the silver lines, massive hair gap. So, fortunately, this did fix all the issues I had with my last one. You know, because those were definitely some issues. Also, this armor that has like the, almost like you can see the muscle through it, that is more accurate. You know, like look at even this one, she has it. Where Queen's does not have that. You know, hers is just like straight. Granted, muscle wouldn't show through the armor anyways in real life, but it is added cool looking detail and it matches that Wonder Woman quite well. So I'm not going to do a super long video on this just because I already have 2 videos. But happy to say I do have a good Queen or Infinity Studios Wonder Woman bust in the collection. So she is here to stay. As far as me getting rid of Queen, I'm still waiting. I want to get Mera and Aquaman in. And then I'm going to make the decision on whether I sell all 3 of these. And then we do J&D Wonder Woman, J&D Mera, Mera bust, Aquaman bust, Aquaman, Steppenwolf, Darkseid, and keep this as is. Now that is like kind of plan A, is to do that. So you have like 2 kind of J&D girl and silicone bust displays. You got the Aquaman and Mera display, Darkseid and Steppenwolf in between the Trinity and Aquaman. So I do like that idea quite a bit because I love the idea of the girls. I've still considered an all-girls wall because I see people posting Mera with all 4 girls and I love it so much. And I'm just like, man, how much better would it be to have the whole girl wall right here? Her with J&D, you know, and then obviously that wall is quite difficult. It does mess up a lot of things, but yeah, I'm still debating on that wall. If I want to do the whole girl wall, because it kind of doesn't transition good into this setup, which this I do think transitions really good from, you know, Harley to Catwoman. I think it transitions great. And I do like Harley next to the Bale Batfleck. I think that's her best companion piece, considering they were in the movies together. So I don't really want to move that. And if Batman's there, then Trinity stays here. If that's the case, no girl wall. We either do a full Justice League wall or a full, you know, bust wall. So we're definitely considering some things. Anyways, folks, here it is, Infinity Studios Wonder Woman in the house, back in the collection. Let me know what you think in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next one. Like, comment, subscribe. Have a great day.